Alright guys, so this is round 2 of the GXGAMERS Tournament, and on this game we're actually going up against Magellan, and well, let's just let the video speak for itself. We'll just get right into it and talk as we move along here, doing the old truffle shuffle. First game was pretty bad when it came to our hand, so I made sure that I really shuffle hard on this one so that we can get, a decent hand. So hopefully it all works out in the end, right? Alright, so we opened 2 Perona, couple 2K counters, it looks like. Fairly solid hand, no complaints here. And like I said, we are gonna be on the play here. So let's see how it goes. Turn 1 Perona. We're digging for the combo piece here. I'm gonna bottom deck. I think I could have left the buggy on top so I could bottom deck the next 5 cards after that on my second turn. But instead I chose to just bottom deck straight up and leave the extra Dawn up for the Perona. So checking the top 5, bottom decking 5. If you notice there, I put the Luffy actually at the very top. That's so that I can see the Luffy again later in the game. This deck does a lot of deck checking and drawing, so typically the cards I put to the bottom will come up later on. So that's kind of why I do that. I put the high value targets like Luffy and Ivankov at the very top on my stack if I already have one in my hand. So we swung in for 6 there, takes damage, play the Inazuma. So far so good. And now he's on his 6th Dawn turn there. This game is going too smooth for what it is. Oh, and there you go. There's that 5-drop Magellan. Magellan really hurts our strategy because we really want to be at 7 in order to do our combo, and that one less Dawn really messes us up quite badly here. We top deck the buggy. Alright, and this, ooh, rough, super awkward. I got 2 Ivankovs off the top there, which is really unfortunate. So I made a mistake there and added the Ivankov in my hand and revealed it to my opponent. I really didn't, it didn't occur to me at the time with this specific matchup. It's a terrible idea to show them. You're telegraphing essentially what's in your hand, and you'll see in a moment why there. Swinging into the Minnow Koala. He's really trying to keep it alive. At this point, I'm just trying to clear his board so that I can keep myself at a healthy life here. But he gave me a little bit of trouble. Alright. He goes and taps out for the X Drake. Wow. So that really messed us up there. I only had 1 card in hand, and he already set me back a turn, and he goes and plays an X Drake, which completely ruins our following turn as well. So that's 2 turns now that he's messed up our strategy here. And with no cards in hand, we had to take 2 damage on that turn. So we're in a tough spot already. Pay the 1. I'm trying to dig for a Ivankov here, but unfortunately, because we got 2 off the top on our buggy search, we have, 2 left in deck or in life here. Makes it kind of tough to get what we need. So let's see what happens here. I was trying to figure out if Magellan's ability can work on his turn, and I don't believe, or on my turn, and I don't believe it does. So just swung in for 5 there. Goes and takes the damage. At this point in time, because I'm so behind, my only recourse is try to deal as much damage as I can. Just really pressure his life and close out the game as quickly as possible. So Luffy ability, or we actually didn't do Luffy ability there. He was able to dodge that. He doesn't have any targets, unfortunately. He goes 6 into Inazuma. I discard 1 card to bring Inazuma to 8k. Swings 5 into lead there. We go ahead and take that. We have 1 Ivankov and a 2k counter in hand right now. Place the queen, draw 2, discard 1. Tough situation. He still has a grip of cards in hand, and we're really just trying to connect our damage here. But he has a pretty strong hand. Luckily, he actually whiffed on the search there. I'm shocked that he did. So that kind of helped us out a little bit. I think he's just trying to dig for the Hell's Judgment at this point. Hell's Judgment is actually one of the strongest events in the game, and it just so happens to be purple and searchable with the Magellan Searcher. So super strong card. He plays at minus 3k on my Inazuma and swings into it with 6,000, so I just let that go. Not much I could have done there. 3 cards in hand, 2 2k counters. To his 4 cards in hand. Alright. So at this point, I'm pretty much considering if I should play my Ivankov or just push for damage. And I came to the conclusion that I still need to build a board. So I basically just swung into Luffy, used Luffy effect, discard 2 cards, and I actually bounced my buggy. I do that so that I can have an additional search to try to dig for my my Luffy, so that I could play Luffy with Ivankov on this turn. So I'm swinging in for 8. He goes and counters out of that one. 2 cards in hand. I'm using the stage here. Draw and discard the buggy. Alright. I believe I misplay here, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, did I? Oh, I see. I was supposed to play the buggy in that moment. But for whatever reason, I decided to attach a Dawn on my leader instead and swing in. I think I was just really trying to pressure him for more damage at this point. But luckily, we did get a Croc off of the Ivankov, so that definitely helps us a lot. We had 2 cards in hand. He goes and plays another X-Drake. But fortunately for us, we had, or unfortunate for him, we had a brick in our hand. So we just went and got rid of that one. We're sitting at 2 life now. He's swinging into face here. He's kind of in trouble right now, actually, because he's only at 1 life, and we're sitting with 2 attackers on the next turn. So he's swinging in for another 6k. We have 2 cards in hand. I don't want to discard both cards because I don't want to show him that I have no cards left in hand, but he just went all in on me on that round, and unfortunately that turn where I had no cards really was devastating to us, and he goes and wins that round. So unfortunate game. As you can see, Magellan, even with a weak hand, I don't think that he had like a stacked hand or anything. His hand felt kind of mid. it's still a struggle for Ivankov. Not being able to play the 7-drop on curve really messes us up. And also that X-Straight was a stellar play on his part. So we ended up losing that round and moving on to the third round, X and 1.